Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Butterman for cdocs.com, and this is the tip of the day. I'd like to talk about contouring and implant restoration and dealing with the subgingival areas. Specifically, how do we make sure that we don't put too much pressure on the tissue? So if you've gone through the trouble of doing a custom healing abutment or doing some tissue contouring, we're going to want to match that with our restoration and ensure that we don't get too much pressure. Alternatively, if we just want to make sure that when we seat our restoration for our patient, that we don't necessarily have to numb them and that they won't feel any pressure when we're seating this. So there are lots of philosophies on what the contour of the restoration should look like, and that's really for another video. But one tip that we can use if we want to get the pressure to be very much like the way we do with our contacts, where it's just a nice firm pressure, we can use the form tool in smooth. So if we use the smooth tool, you can see that we can eliminate any areas of penetration through the model, and the model is going to block the tool from doing more than we want it to, from removing more than we need. We can use the same philosophy when adjusting the contours of the restoration and use the model to block out the areas when we're adjusting the tissue pressure. So if we're using our smooth tool, we can simply go over all of those areas of penetration where the restoration is pushing through the model. We can take that down to either no color or just a very light amount of pressure. And by the time we're done with that, we're going to have a restoration that just nicely supports the tissue and really doesn't put any sort of pressure on the tissue at all. This is going to ensure that when your patient returns for that final restoration, that you don't have to numb them and you've mimicked the contours that you created with the tissue very precisely. This is something that can be used to get the contours exactly the way you need, and it's something that I routinely do for my screw retained or custom abutment restorations. I hope this information was helpful, and if you would like to see more, please visit us on cdocs.com. Thank you.